Today I'm going to be getting candid about how much money I made in my business in 2023. I'm going to be breaking it down by category, so let's get started. But first, if you're new here, hi, my name is Lauren Simpson. I'm helping you maximize your time and talents as a growing small business owner, so make sure to subscribe for new videos. So as a refresher, I own a beauty-based business. So what this means is we specialize in bridal and special event hair and makeup services, as well as other things like makeup lessons. These could be individual or group setting, as well as brow lamination, brow waxing and tinting, and lash lift and tints. At a glance, I grossed $176,072.95. Let's go a little bit more into depth about how we made that happen. So the first category I have here is just called makeup. And in this category, this is what includes the one-on-one and group makeup lessons. If I'm just doing makeup for a photo shoot, like a boudoir photo shoot or a brand photo shoot, maybe I'm just doing makeup for somebody that's going out somewhere. So it's kind of a general overarching category. So if there's no other category that really makes sense, most likely it goes here. So makeup revenue ended up being $9,413.03 or 5.35% of my total income. Now I did a video on my income from 2022 as well, and I'm referencing the same spreadsheet that I referenced in there, which is the spreadsheet that I use while working with my business financial coach. It is really detailed and we've personalized it for me, and it's just a really nice snapshot of the ins and outs of my business financially. The next category is bridal trials. So what these are is when a bride books with us for her wedding day and she wants to come in and see what the hair and makeup look is going to look like ahead of the wedding day, and then we can make some tweaks and things like that. So basically, everyone who has a wedding with us has a trial. Some even have a couple different trials. Every now and then we have a couple people who forego their trials, but we do definitely try to make it happen for everybody, just so everybody's on the same page and more comfortable for the big day. So in this category, we made $12,418.37 or 7.05% of the total revenue. So the next two categories kind of go together, and I'll explain what I mean by that, but I like to separate them so I make sure that I'm allocating enough towards the people that I have to pay on my team so that I am never coming up short and saying, oh my gosh, I don't have enough money, where am I going to get it from? So these two categories are weddings and my team. So for weddings, we made $71,719.69 or 40.73% of total revenue. However, with the team income, we made $78,172.51, which comes to 44.40% of total revenue. Now, the reason I'm saying these go together is because they directly affect each other. So the team income is from wedding income. So if we want to be real and we combine those two incomes, we're probably looking at roughly $150,000 of wedding income, which checks out because weddings are our primary income source. But again, I like to separate those because I do have a specific bank account for the team so that, again, I don't touch it, I don't spend it, it's out of sight, out of mind, and that way I always have enough to pay them. So if anything, I actually sometimes put a little bit more than needed in that account, but I'd always like to be safe than sorry. So essentially, when the income is coming in on the spreadsheet, I'll mentally say, okay, this half is towards the team bank account. And then once we get the other half a couple weeks before the wedding comes, that's the half that I can work with. The next category is brow lamination. So this was $429.89 or 0.24% of total revenue. This is definitely a category that I want to see grow. I just haven't put a lot of active effort into making it grow. On the same note is lashes. So I do lash lift and tints. That's $2,946.79 or 1.67% of total revenue. These two services I really do like doing. I also really like when I have the same client for the services. So I have a couple clients who like to book their lash lift and tint and their brow lamination service together. So it's just back to back and they come in every like 6-8 weeks. and they have a couple hours where they just do everything at once. I really like doing that. I like seeing recurring clients. I like the difference of doing more spa-like kind of services because I do a lot of makeup and I do a lot of weddings. It's a really nice kind of switch for me. So it is something I'd really like to see expand. I just have to kind of look into how I want to market that or what plan of attack I want to do with that. Brow waxing and tinting was $337.15 or 0.19% of total revenue. Waxing and tinting is really a category that I have for convenience of people. It's less that I really want to actively do that service, and it's more when it makes sense for others. So I introduced this years ago in my business to kind of be an extra add-on when brides would come in and they needed a cleanup of their brows, and it would just kind of elevate the makeup look. I was like, it's a one-stop shop. You can get your brows done and your makeup done. And I still think that's helpful, but honestly, that's not really much of what I'm seeing. If anything, I have a few recurring clients who continue to do this service, and that's pretty much it. So it's not something that I'm looking to like actively grow. It's just kind of there and easier. It does help and go directly with the brow lamination service though. So with brow lamination, you can either do it by itself, you can do it with a brow tint and or brow wax. If you do all three services together, you get a more complete look. So I really do try to kind of market them together. That's also where I'm getting the majority of people, is by putting those services together. Retail products was $560.74 or 0.32%. Retail is another thing that I'm not really majorly focusing on. It's just an extra. So this is when I sell a lash lift and tint mascara to somebody because they want darker lashes in between their service, but they want a mascara that is safe and easy to remove. Or it's when I sell them a lash serum because they want to have longer lashes for that service. Those are primarily the two items I'm really selling when I'm talking about retail. If anything, it's usually in the form of an upsell with the service. Every now and then I do have a client or two who like to repurchase products from me even if they don't come back for the service. So that's nice too. But again, it's just like a little extra. This does not include my cosmetic line because my cosmetic line is a specific company. That is its own company, its own spreadsheet, its own LLC, its own bank accounts. It is a completely different business. Next, we have affiliate income, which came to $71.86 or 0.04% of total revenue. So this is definitely something that I would love to continue to see grow. Believe it or not, I'm actually proud of this number. I'm pretty sure that this number is the largest it's ever been in this category. And what this majorly consists of is the skincare line that I talk about during trials and makeup appointments. If somebody could really use kind of a revamping of their skincare, they need to, have better skincare before the wedding day so that the makeup sits better, and things like that. That's where majority of that is coming from because I'll make a few dollars off of the link that I send them to get the products. And then I think there's a couple transactions in here that were from Amazon. So I do also have an Amazon storefront. I have Amazon affiliate links that I'll send out, and this could be for anything, which is really nice. It's not just beauty products. A lot of times, like sometimes I'll talk about a cleaning product that I'm obsessed with from Amazon and I'll link it in my stories, or something like that. So I would really like to see those increase. I am also hooked up with other affiliate programs, but those are the two that I'm really seeing actually pay out at this point. And then last but not least, I apparently in August made an online course or ebook sale. So I got $2.92. It's literally not even enough to formulate 0.01% in the sidebar. It's a teeny tiny amount, but obviously I put it. I want to say that this was the checklist that I have on my Etsy store that is like $5. And so that's what my commission was on Etsy, which really goes to show how much Etsy actually takes. But I do have like a few digital products on both my official website store and my Etsy store. I kind of just keep them there. Again, I haven't really done any real work to promote them, but they're there. So if someone finds them or whatever, cool. Especially with Etsy, I think you're only paying like 20 cents per listing per quarter. So it's really nothing to get mad at. So I just kind of like leave it. Again, it's something I want to look more into. I just have to make a real effort to do so. So like I said, the gross revenue came to $176,072.95. This did end up being a little bit more than the previous year. The previous year, I made $168,448.93, and I did a breakdown video for that last year, which I'll link here in the cards as well as in the description if you're curious about how that compares. Now, the really interesting thing is I actually, for the first time in I don't know how many years, had to file at a loss instead of a profit. So I'm definitely going to be going over that in my next video where I talk about my expenses for the year and what exactly happened there. But spoiler alert, I was pregnant. I gave birth in October. That is kind of what was the priority last year. And so that, I believe, did play a role, if you couldn't already tell by the videos that I have on this channel. But I definitely want to talk a little bit more about that, so check out that video coming soon. But I hope this video was helpful. I have been in the industry for a bit of time, so I would love to give you some tips and tricks if you have any questions about how you can be working in the beauty industry as well. It's really cool how I've seen this business evolve into being a full-time sustainable business that actually provides real income for my growing family. Don't forget to check out last year's video on my 2022 income report, and I'll see you next time.